Welcome everybody to the TSL Tier 1 Round 2 race here in Spain. We got underway nice and early, bang on time today, but I was just a little bit late to the stream setting up, so apologies there. Right, we'll quickly see who we got going out, because I missed who went out in what order. We'll ride on board. Let's see who we got. We have got Marcus on an outlap. We've got Simon coming around, so we'll stick with Simon. Simon's loves a bit of Spain. He's consistently done well at Spain. It's one of his better tracks. So expect some big things from him. I'll be playing around with some settings because I've been a little bit late setting this all up, so please bear with me. Oh, keep that quiet. Put that on. Oh, Simon's just invalidated while I've been setting up, so we'll change that to smug. Dun, dun, dun. When I get a spare 5 minutes, I'll run through the driver championship lineup, and I'll also run through the constructors. And we have got two drivers filling in today. So we have got, I was in smug enough come off, sorry. As George goes fastest at the moment. Oh, I've gone on, so let's change that up. Right, let's run on board with Magician now. So Magician's starting his lap, so we're running on board with him. So yeah, we've got two drivers who have been unavailable today. Joker, who is the Williams, so he has been replaced by King Kong. And then Swifts of Haas, who has been replaced by Saintsy. Swifts last week in Bahrain, Magician just invalidated his lap. Swifts last week in Bahrain was having the battles with Simon, was pushing it up for a podium position, and then ended up unfortunately as T7 just goes purple in Sector 1, and Mansis takes P1 for now. Obviously we are doing the classic full quali, so as invalidates his lap. So we're on board with Scorn. There'll be a lot of this, there'll be a lot of people on this track that will be invalidating their lap. It's a difficult circuit. Oh no, Mo's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Smug. That's not... Oh, Smug's retired as well. So I wonder if that incident... We might see that when we ride on board with Scorn. We come round, just as you hit the DRS of Sector 2, we can see the Aston Martin there, so we ride on board. We might see... Yeah, oh look, the wheel's gone. The front right's gone, so there's obviously been an incident there with Mo, unfortunately. The Scorn has just gone purple in Sector 1 and Sector 2, so we'll stay with Scorn. See what he can do as we cross the finish line. It's going to be the standard full quali, quali for an hour, Q1, then into Q2, then into Q3. So Q1 will just be a case of everybody trying to go out and just set a standard time. As Scorn there goes to 117.8, so probably he can do better than that. But I think a 117. I think that will see people safe. So, took that quite wide on that last one. What does King Kaylee do? King Kaylee goes 117.8. He goes third. What about Snipes? Snipes was phenomenally quick. In fact, we're riding board with Magician because Magician's coming round. That time, that 118.9. That's probably going to see Smug out. Well, he'll be out anyway because he's crashed, so he won't make it into Q2, even if his time is good enough. Yeah, so we saw it to be, and then we've also got Nathan Mewis, who at the moment isn't racing. However, I'm going to try and keep an eye out on Discord just in case he does. Just in case he does, so guys. Magician just goes fastest, so I'm just trying to sort out, because I don't think someone potentially can race now. DNF, so I can race. I don't know if Simon's going to invite him. What happened? What happened? something with Mo. Right, what we're going to quickly do, sorry, so I'm going to go quiet for a second. I'm just going to invite someone in, just see if I can get the final driver in. So you won't hear me for a second, it'll probably be a blank screen, so bear with. There we go, so hopefully one of those drivers will come in. So alright, we're riding on board with Magician, we don't need to do that, so we can come off Magician. Alright, who can we ride on board with? T7 Angel's kind of come round. He's coming into the pits. We'll go on board with Colin. Master Strategist. See what he can do. Who are we sitting at with at the moment? So it's looking, we've got Smug who's out, we've potentially got one position, they might come in and might fill that seat. So at the moment, Boogie with the 140, that's definitely going to be in trouble. Colin, no, someone's just come across the line. I think there might have been Bunny's Vengeance who's come across the line with the 117.6. So at the moment, anybody over that 118, so we've got Boogie, we've got SRS, as Colin comes into the pits. We've got now Snipes, we're running board with Snipes, see what he can do. Just an unusually slow time for Snipes here. He's just gone purple in Sector 1. See what he can do in Sector 2. We have 16 corners on the Spanish circuit, and these curbs are a nightmare. You'll see a lot of these drivers will ride the curbs, but they won't. They'll sort of, instead of just putting a wheel on them, you'll see that the curb will be right under the middle of the car, planted. So it's almost like, oh, as he goes purple in Sector 2. This could be a good time here from Snipes. Ferraris this season are going to be menacing. Last chicane, very difficult corners these, and then the last corner, it doesn't invalidate. That was close though. Brings it round, and what does he do? He goes 5th fastest with 117.5, so he's gone quicker, a lot quicker than his original time. We got what else have we got out there at the moment? So we've got a couple of drivers out on an out lap. We've got Mo coming, who's invalidated his time, so signs he's trying to get out of the way of someone. We've got Jacob still in the pit. Okay, so we filled that final Alfa Romeo seat. It's Porpoise who drove for us in Tier 2 and was a very respectable driver, so he's filling that. He is a reserve driver on in Tier 1 and Tier 2 at the moment, so he'll just fill vacancies that are available, which is what he's doing today. We've got a couple of people on an out lap, so we'll just see who's going to be. We've got who's the Haas? SRS is the Haas, he's coming around. We're riding board with him next. I think he's the only one who's... Yeah, he'll be the only one on a lap. So we're riding board with SRS. Still looking very much like that 118 is that cut-off point, so we've got potentially Mats Bloom, Mo, who potentially might be in trouble. Massive shout out to George, who managed to win the Tier 2 race on Monday at Spain, driving for Mercedes in Tier 2 with an epic performance. And he had, I think it was a lap 1 incident as well, which dropped him right down the back of the grid. He qualified 3rd, but ended up... SRS just screwed that right up. So we'll ride on board with Wavy, who's just on a purple Sector 1, which is brilliant. Yeah, so George qualified 3rd, I believe it was 3rd anyway, and then yeah, had a nightmare lap 1, which wasn't anything to do with being his fault. I don't think, from what I can recall. And then ended up winning the race, and he finished 2nd technically, but due to the penalty points that other drivers had got, seconds, due to track limits, it meant that he took the victory, which was a well-deserved victory. As you see, Wavy there, twice now. His back end wanted to step away from him. 3 times. Those tyres, either tyres or throttle control, one of them. That's going to make his time. He's going to have lost out massively there. And he did a purple sector 1, and I believe his sector 2 looks really good as well. So that sector 3 now is going to be awful. Yeah, look, 1.2 seconds. Now, I have actually got a bit of a dodgy throat today and a bit of a cough, so if I do have to go quiet for 5 or 10 minutes, and you wonder why that would be, rest the old voice box. So Scorner's gone. Scorner's gone over the track limit, so he's invalidated his time. We've got Wavy, who's just done another purple sector 1, so he's clearly got the pace. But the only thing is that those tyres, to be fair, it's Q1, so it doesn't really matter. So he just wants to make sure he has a nice safe time. So we'll stay on board with Wavy, and then we'll shoot to Boogie, I think, because Boogie's got to try and put in a better time than what he's got at the moment. It's Porpoise who is out. We've got Jacob out, and he's just gone purple in sector 2 as well. If he can nail this sector 3, he is going to be right up there. See what we can do. We've got slow sector 1. We've got a Haas who's got Sciencey is retired. What's Wavy got? What has Wavy got? He has gone 117.8. 3 temps up on his previous time. But purple sector 1, purple sector 2. He obviously had a slow sector 3. Sector 3 is difficult. Scorner's invalidated. We will go to Boogie. Where is Boogie? Boogie. He has invalidated as well. You're going to see a lot of this invalidation. We're right on board with Jacob. Last week's winner, P1, with a phenomenal drive and a phenomenal battle that him and Snipes had as well, which was brilliant to watch. I think King Kaylee has retired. I don't think he's crashed. I think he has just retired. Saintsy's crashed. Smug is out. You have to really straddle these curbs. You'll see the difference between a tier 1 driver and a multi-tier or tier 2 driver is they will straddle the curbs, as Jacob just does there. You'll see him as he comes around some of these corners. He'll be straddling the curbs. His wheels won't be touching them. He'll be under the middle of his car, and that's how you make the most out of these corners. If your wheel touches them, that is how your car spins, and that's when you end up in the wall, and that's your race corners. Jacob has got a purple sector 2. Brilliant. And he's on the medium tyre as well. Purple sector 2 on the medium tyre. This boy has got some pace. Hot favourite to win the Drivers' Championship this year. It's Jacob, along with Magician and Snipes. Jacob goes 117.5, so only 5th fastest, but I say that, he's on the medium tyre, so that time is a very, very respectable time, considering he is on the slower tyre. And I believe, as Collins said in tier 2, the medium tyre in here does lose, I think it might be Magician actually said it does lose around sort of anywhere between 7 tenths to a second. So who we got? So we've got Snipe. We want to go down the bottom, so we want to see who's getting out. So at the moment we've got Boogie, who's validated his lap. Again, he has got to get round this track ASAP and start another lap, or else he is looking like he is going to be out. And he was our pole sitter in tier 2. He put in a phenomenal lap as well to be on pole, but he just seems to be struggling. Keeps invalidating his lap. Who have we got? We've got King Kong, who's on a time. He's currently going quicker than his time. Wait, it did show that he was, and then it just popped up saying he wasn't, so I'm not sure if that's just a glitch in the game. I don't know if Max Bloom and Mo are going to stay in the pits because they think they're safe, or if they're going to leave it till last minute and then possibly try to come out, which is what they might be doing. It's Porpoise is now on an out lap. Good decision. Now ball with King Kong, and then we'll go straight into Boogie and see what Boogie can do, because it's really going to be last chance saloon for him on this lap, but he's just starting now. So like I say, once we've seen what King Kong has done, don't think he's going to better his time. I think he was in the negative there. I was just checking the Discord just as I come up. Yeah, he's not better this time. So King Kong will start another lap. Oh, Boogie has invalidated his time again. Jacob's retired in the pits. Magician is retired in the pits. Right, we'll come back to Boogie, but Boogie has seriously got to get a lap in. He has seriously got to get a lap in. George is pulling over. Is he pulling over? He's pulling over. Yeah, he is to let someone through. So we're right on board with Colin. Colin's on a lap. In fact, no, we've got It's Porpoise. We'll go on right on board with him. So he's starting a lap, and then again we'll chuck back to Boogie because we've got so far SRS, Dark Storm, King Kong, Boogie Slime, and It's Porpoise who are fighting for that to get into Q2. So anybody, if I know last week had some issues with the mic popping and stuff, so if you see that, please put in the chat. There's some issues, and then I can try and rectify it. Everything for me is muted, so I don't get to hear it myself, but if you tell me that there's something going wrong with it, I'll rectify it, as I know how bloody annoying that can be. Right, what can he do? I say It's Porpoise is probably, he's not one of the quicker drivers in the league, but he's got really good racecraft. He's got very good racing ability, so loves a good overtake. Let's see what he can do as he comes round. What time is he going to do? He's going to be in the 1:18s. He is 1:18.3, so that sees him through. So that's not a bad time from him at all. Right, we'll quickly ride on board with Boogie, and let's hope you're joking. He has invalidated his lap. Again, that sees him out. That sees him out. So we've got It's Porpoise who is through, and he's on another lap, which I'm hoping that he's just going to take that nice and slow, because he'll know. Boogie, our pole sitter from Tier 2, with a 140, which would have been a slow lap on purpose for reasons. He's invalidated his lap. Poor lad. He's going to be starting 19th in this Grand Prix. So going through to Q2, we have Magician, T7 Angel, we have Colin, Mancis, Syme, Scornful, Jacob, Snipes, Bunnies, Wavy, King Kaylee, George, It's Porpoise, who I'm assuming crashed his car on purpose, unless that was the computer, Matt's Bloom, and Mo. And that sees Smug, SRS, King Kong, Boogie, Slime, Sciencey out. Disappointing there from Boogie. Kind of expected from Saintsy and from King Kong, because they are drivers who are stepping up from Tier 2. They've only had 2 races in Tier 2, and both got in the points actually in the Tier 2 races that they've been involved in. So got into the points, and then I feel like that was stupid driving there from the computer, but hey ho. So obviously, as you can see there as well, Mo will have a 5-place grid penalty. Depending on where he finishes, if he makes it through to Q1, he'll still have it in Q2 as well, but wherever he finishes, he will get that 5-place grid penalty. That is for that incident that was we didn't see, but where we saw Smug retire. That was for that incident that was caused there. So, and it has been mentioned on the chat as well. Mo was weaving around trying to warm his tyres up, and unfortunately didn't realise that someone was behind him, and yeah, Smug. And that was feel very sorry for Smug there as well, because he actually had a very good race in the Tier 2 race on Monday. Had consistent pace, so that's unfortunate for him, poor lad. But this is racing, and this stuff does happen. So let's quickly just run through where we are in constructors at the moment. So currently we have Ferrari of Snipes and Magician, who are first place with 29 points. We then have the AlphaTauri with 25 points of Wavy and Jacob. Jacob was the only driver to score points in the last race. We then have McLaren, who've got 15 points of Bunnies and Mancis. which was Mansis was the driver to score the points there because Bunny's retired. Who have we got going out first? King Kelly, so we're right on board with Mr. Kelly. Seems to like going out nice and early before everybody else. We then have Mercedes in 4th place on 12 points. And that was only scored by Syme because Colin, who was in the lead of the race, ended up having to give it up because of connection issues. So I think they must have been in a party chat and he was asked to leave, and he did politely. He didn't have to do that, and he could have carried on racing, but it would have obviously affected everybody else's race. So fair play to Colin for doing that. Didn't have to do that, but showed great sportsman-like behaviour. And then we have Red Bull and Aston Martin, who are both on 8 points, followed by the Williams with 4 points, Alpine with 1 point, and then Haas have 0 points. In the drivers, we have Jacob winning at the moment with 20. Excuse me, with 25 points. We have Snipes with 18 points. We have Mansis with 15 points. Syme with 12 points. Magician with 11 points, and that sees him in 5th. Scornful is 6th with 8 points. T7 Angel with 6 points is next. Joker follows him on 4 points. Smug then has 2 points. George has 1 point, and then everybody else doesn't have a point, so they'll all be on the same. They'll all be 11th. So we've got everybody gone out? No. So we got it's King Kelly spins. Gone out on the medium tyre and he's spun. Who have we got then going next? We've got a Red Bull. So we're right on board with Mo, who's the next driver. Elimination game. Someone crashes or invalidates, we'll go to the next driver. As Mo, to be fair, we'll do a purple sector. He's the first car out. So everybody going on an out lap. This is where strategy comes into play. Some drivers will be on the medium tyre, which is the preferred race tyre for Spain. The strategy that the game gives you is a 2-stop. However, it can be done on a 1-stop. Mediums can go up to, I think it's around 60-70%, and still have really good grip on this circuit. And then the softs you'll use for the last couple of laps. And you've got low fuel. So a 1-stop will be the strategy. However, safety cars do come into play, and that will then change the tyre strategy. So any of the soft runners will be hoping for an early safety car, because then they'll change to the, so we can do quick. It goes over on a 117.8, and then we've got an AlphaTauri of Jacob coming across the line. What can Jacob do? He goes 118.3, so not a great lap from him. Then we've got Magician. No, we haven't. We have got, I think it was Magician, but he was on an out lap, so he's just starting his lap now. So we've got an AlphaTauri, an Alfa Romeo, sorry, going across the line, but that was when he spun. We've then got a Snipes coming across, who goes fastest, 117.5. We then got the other hour, he's on an out lap, so we won't follow him. We've got George. That's Grim's on an out lap, so we'll see what George can do. Bunny's coming across the line first, I think. Actually, he's invalidated, he's coming to the pits, so George is on the mediums as well. George will know his tyre strategy, because he, after his win 119.1, he'll know what it takes to win this Grand Prix. T7 Angel unfortunately invalidated his lap, so we're right on board with Colin. He's on the softs, which is strange, because I would have thought Colin would have gone for the mediums. Unless he's expecting an early safety car, that might be why he's running the softs. He might be expecting an early safety car. 118.1 from him. Then we've got the next Red Bull. No, he's coming into the pits. Unless Mo's going for another run. I think he was, but I don't think he did. I don't think it was a great run there. But Jacob's on a 116.9, so Jacob's currently provisional, not provisional pole, but just he's taken, well, P1 at the moment for Q2. King Cayley running wide there. Really struggling with these mediums is King Cayley. Massively struggling with these mediums. Wavy comes across the line and goes a 118.1. Mansis there with a 122.7. That's definitely not going to be good enough, and he'll know that. Someone else has come in there. We've got George with a 119.0. We've got coming across there. George. Going for his second run on the mediums. Right, let's actually... Let's go with all this stuff again. Let's put this stuff up quick. T7 Angel, he's coming across the line. What can he do? 117.1. On the medium tyre as well, that. On the medium tyre, T7 Angel. Brilliantly quick driver. He's really, really quick. Simon looking to start his second run on the mediums, is he? He is. He's coming in around to start his second run on the mediums. Closely followed by a Ferrari of Magician. I believe this will be. Oh, Jacob. Oh, Jacob. That's because he knows a 16 point. He knows a 16.9 is safe. So the last couple of races that we've had here, we've had this is our third season here in Tier 1. Scorn took first place during Season 1 and Simon took second. Last year we had Magician took first place, Bunnies took second place and Simon took third place. So Simon's got a lot of good experiences here at Spain, so he'll be hoping for the same. For the same this week. Oh, excuse me. Poxy throat. Simon has to give way there to Magician because he knows that he lost a lot of time there. Magician was catching him, which he was really catching him as well. But that's not hampered Magician's time too much. I mean, I think a 117.2, I think that's going to be good enough anyway, to be honest. As he goes 116.9. Is that 4? Oh no, yeah, 8. 800 slower than Jacob. Right, Mancis, what can Mancis do? He's on the softs. On the soft tyre. Entering turn 14 and 15. Chicane. Such a difficult corner to take. If you take too much of them cars, he comes into the pits there. Mo on an outlap. So Mo will be coming round. Gets a bit bumpy there over that curb. When it turn 13, turn 14, turn 15, and the last turn 16, and around, and then start your lap. He's going for it as well, he's going for the softs, he's going for it. Some of these drivers now put the softs on and puts a competitive time in it, will make all these people that are currently on the medium tyre fret. Oh, he invalidates, Mo. Invalidates. Oh, he's coming in because he's on low fuel. Right on board with Scorn. See what Scorn can do. He's backed out, so he's probably going to come back into the pits, I would have thought. So we won't ride on board with... We'll ride on board with King Cali because I think he's the only one that we can stay on. Everyone's coming into the pits again, so ride on board with King Kaylee. He's just starting his lap, so here we go. He's going to start his hot lap now. And then he's also got Wavy starting a lap behind him. Yes, he has. This is going to be King Kaylee's been up there. He's had many of scraps during his first couple of races for us in TSL. He's had quite a few scraps up there with the likes of Syme and Mancis. So he's got some serious pace. Unfortunately, he's just not been able to finish many races. This is one of those tracks as well where you've got to be switched on at all times. Hopefully, it would be nice if we could keep the safety cars down to a minimum today. He's up 5 tenths on his time at the moment. That's not going to be good enough unless he can put in an awesome sector 3. 5 tenths is not going to be good enough. He did do a purple sector 2 there, so if he had a fantastic sector 1, let's see what he can do. Down it goes across and goes 117.4. Oh, look at that. His sector 3 was blinded. Purple sector 3. He's chosen to retire. We got Mo. Is Mo coming around to start a lap, or is he on a lap? Mo might be on a lap actually, so he's coming to the pits, coming for some fresh tyres. He's gone straight back out on another lap. Check the volume, check the mic, just make sure nothing's playing up. Yeah, no, it's all good. All seems to be working fine. Oh, Mo! Why is it whenever I look at the laptop, something happens, someone spins or an incident happens? Right, Simon's been forced to go out onto the soft tyres. Was hoping that he could set a respectable time there on the mediums, but unfortunately, because the other driver's gone out on softs, he cannot afford to now sit on that time and rest his lows. So he's gone out. He was 1/10 up on his sector 1. So let's see what he can do for his sector 2. See if he's up. He's got to be up a lot more than that if he wants to improve. What does he get? He's up by 4/10. So 4/10 means that currently, unless he has a purple sector 2 there as well actually. If he can get a good time in here, he might be looking at 5th place or higher, 5th or 4th place, depending on what his sector 3's like. Comes around, he comes across, and he goes 3rd. 117.0. Very good time. Very good time. That 117.6 is definitely going to be. It's definitely going to be that cut off. Mats Bloom coming across, he's starting his lap. We've got George starting his lap. We've got Martis who's on an out lap. Bunny's currently still in the pits. What is the McLaren driver doing? Is he coming out last? Just check Discord again and just make sure. George is low on fuel actually, so I think he's going to come into the pit, so I'm just checking Discord just because there was a bit of chatter on there. Oh no, he does come round. He does come round, and where does Georgie go? He goes 117.6, so it's not good enough, so he's either... Oh, he's going to be out of fuel, so he's now... That will be George out for Q2. So we'll ride on board with Martis. Bunny's on his out lap. In fact, we'll ride on board with Bunny's... or Colin, who can we go with? We'll go with Colin. Colin is slowing down. So we're right on board with Colin, because Colin and Bunnies at the moment are in trouble. Bunnies hasn't yet set a time. He's now behind his McLaren teammate, is he? He is. He's invalidated his lap, but he's on an out lap, so it doesn't really matter. Martin's there, moving out of the way for him. Right, what can Colin do? Colin's going to have one lap, one opportunity. He's got to try and seize everything he ever wanted in one moment. Let's see if he can capture it, and hope he doesn't let it slip. Then we've got Bunnies coming round now, the last corner to make his lap. George will be out. I think Mats Bloom is still on a lap. Martis now just starts his lap. We've then got Wavy coming round and starting his lap. We've got a few drivers, and there's two Alpines potentially going to slow Colin down as he goes purple in sector 2. Oh, he's going to meet him in sector 3 at the chicane, isn't he? This is going to, hopefully, this isn't going to cause him. One of them stays out of the way well. I think that was George. Mats Bloom is coming round, so I think Mats Bloom might actually be on a lap. So Colin comes through the last corner. What this looks like a good time actually from Colin. It is going to be a 117.1, so that's enough to see him through. Quickly run on board with Bunnies, see what Bunnies can do. this was a bold move from Bunnies, because had he gone out and invalidated his lap, which he still can do, well, that was a bit of a snapback there. Managed to catch that well. Turn 14, turn 15. Really difficult chicane. You can see there he got a little bit squirrely there. Comes around the last corner. What are we looking at for Bunnies? This also looks like a good time. 117.5. Narrowly through this. Snipes goes quicker with the 117.1, and Mancis goes quicker with the 117.0, which puts Bunnies out. That puts Bunnies out. We've got Wavy, who's not got a wing, so Wavy is out. So that sees Bunnies, Wavy, George and Mats Bloom out, and then Smug will take P15 because of his incident with Mo. So Wavy now comes into the pits. It seems like Wavy, again, on Monday he had a bit of a poor connection and he was sipping all over the shop, and it seemed like just then he was doing it again. I'm not sure. Hopefully we don't see that in the race, because that actually did cause some issues with him seemingly thinking that he was in the right position and that everyone else was driving into him, but it was actually the other way around. His car was jumping all over the shop, so hopefully we don't see that. But Bunny's there, thinking that he could do it with one lap, and it was his teammate Mancis who unfortunately knocked him out. A very good time as well, 117.0. Look at that, the top four guys there, separated by a tenth. Simon up there once again, but it's not what you do in Q2, it's what you do in Q3. Very unfortunate for Bunnies. Very unfortunate for Smug as well. We actually have had an incident loaded up already, so I'll take a quick look at that in a second. Details? No, we don't know what tyre they're going to go on. Right, who's going out first? We have a Red Bull. We have a Red Bull off Scorn, or is it Mo? And then we've got Sime also coming straight out. So the incident was... it was, yeah, Smug and Mo's incident. So let's have a quick look, and hopefully I can portray it to you what's happening. So we have got, once again, King Kaylee, the first car to go out on the grid. Right, let's have a quick look here. What have we got? So Smug does a purple sector 1. Mo is weaving all over the place, trying to warm his tyres up, and doesn't realise that Smug is on a hot lap. And as Smug tries to go past him, he unfortunately crashes into, or Mo unfortunately then crashes into him. So Mo will be looking at penalty points for that, I'm afraid, which he has apologised, and he does know, he will know that they'll be coming his way. So that's a bit unfortunate, but poor Smug got one lap in, and then just had to sit and watch now for the last 30-40 minutes. Yeah, and anybody that's on the chat as well, as Smug has just pointed out, viewers, didn't get anybody, no one was bold enough to put anything up on the chat last time, but please vote for your driver of the day towards the end of the race. I will mention it again during the race, but vote for your driver of the day. We didn't cast it last year because nobody voted, but for me it would be Mancis because of his rise from P19 to P3. Sorry about that. sorry about that. Right, Kincaid starts sector 2. Oh, no, he didn't start sector 2. He's middle of sector 2 now. Into the last bit of sector 2, sorry. Now starts sector 3. Where can Kincaid, what time can he put in? We want to see, he's going to be what? He's going to be I would have thought, possibly a mid 116 is what's going to get us pole. It's going to be between Snipes, Magician and Jacob. I would have thought, although T7 Angel can pop up with an incredible lap here and there, so 117.9, that's not going to be good enough. Mo goes 117.3, and then we've got the Merc coming across. So who we've got? Is it Simon? It is Simon, who's invalidated. Right on board with Colin. He's the next guy to come across. Turn 16, he comes round. And he has got a 117.1 in him, so he's got provisional pole at the moment as the 2 Ferraris now come round. 2 Ferraris have got great pace, so let's see what they can do. 116.9, there we go, we're already into the 116s for Q1. It looks like Magician has backed out. Yes, he has. We've got T7 Angel with a 116.6, so there we go. I said the mid 116s. Sorry, I didn't see that he'd invalidated, so we're right on board with Mancis. Oh, he catches that, brilliant. He manages to catch that, but he would have lost out. Let's see what he can do. He's done a 117.1. Do you know what? If he hadn't have done that little spin at the back there, that time would have been a very, very good time. Probably would have taken him P2. So who have we got now coming round? So we've got Kincaid, who looks like he's on another lap maybe, or Mo. But I would have thought they'd come into the pit. So Simon has just done a purple sector 2. But Simon looks like he's going to he might have to come into the pits because of his fuel. I didn't see that time either. Oh yeah, he's well out, so forget that. I would have thought a lot of these drivers will do a lap, then come into the pits, change their tyres to a fresh set, and also charge their ERS up. Looks like that's what we've got, to be honest. The Magician might still be looking to put a lap in, actually. I think he is. Yeah, he is. He's still coming around. So let's see what Magician can do. Magician comes around and he goes. Second fastest with a 116.684 in compared to T7 Angel's 116.669. Wow. Does T7 Angel go any better? No, he doesn't. He doesn't improve. Or does he? 116? No, he doesn't improve. No. Difficult to tell who's... Mancis hasn't got a wing, so he's lost a wing. We're going to see many of these front wings going. If people ride those curbs the wrong way, you'll lose those front wings. We're right on board with Scorn. Scorn is the one on an outlap now, just starting it now, so... Oh no, he's not. It's Mo, sorry, who's just starting that. Going down the pit straight. Jacob there with a 116.7. I thought Snipes would do a quicker time than that, so I think it might have been a little bit of an incident or something there, but it's not a slow time, don't get me wrong. 169 is nothing to turn your nose up at all, but now it's coming into the pit, so we've watched Scorn as he does his outlap, and he should go straight onto a lap. Him and Syme still yet to set a lap. Syme is also on an outlap, who has then got Snipes ahead of him. So once we've seen Scorn, we'll then jump back to Snipes, and then we'll jump back to Syme. Well, no, we've got Kincaid ahead of that, so we'll go Kincaid, Snipes, Syme, I think. Scorn knows what it takes to win at Spain as well. Has Kincaid just gone off? Scorn does a purple sector 2. People seem to love that sector 2. What can he do? What sort of time can he put in? Keeps it clean. Last corner. What you got in your Scorn? He does a 117.3. So we will jump on board with Snipes, who's done a purple sector 2 because Kincaid has backed out massively. So he obviously has had an incident. Just slowed him down. Snipes is going well. Oh, he's coming to the pits. He's coming to the pits. It was a really awful camera angle, so we didn't see that. Syme has invalidated his lap. So is he going to come into the pits here? Risk it, or... Oh no, obviously he's realised that he can't do it, so he has got to start this lap and he's got to go for it. Magician is on an out lap. We got, this might get a bit naughty here for Syme because he's going to have a couple of drivers in front of him. His teammate gets out of the way well there. We have the Haas who's retired. Kincaid's retired. His wing was gone and he's just retired. And we've got Jacob in front of Syme. I don't think Jacob will know that he's coming behind him, so he'll surely pick a safe place to get out of the way. He's still not in his sight at the moment, so this is Syme's opportunity. It's his last chance. Don't invalidate, my man. Don't invalidate. There you go. Jacob moves out of the way. Nice. And he's got Colin behind him, but Colin's not on a lap. So that's it. Kincaid will either be P9 or P10 depending on where Syme comes with this lap as he comes round turn 15, turn 14, 15, round to turn 16. What sort of time has Syme done here? He has done a 117.76. That is not a great time for him. We're right on board with Magic Ian, who comes round turn 12. He's going slow, so he must... He's preparing himself for another lap, so we're right on board with Jacob here. So we have got Jacob, we have got Magician who's just starting a lap now, we've got Jacob who's going to be on a lap when he comes across the line, and then we have got T7 Angel who's just starting his out lap. So this is going to be a close fight for pole here. Kincaid is cemented to that P10 spot because of his incident in turn 1's turn 2. Saw him in the gravel pit there without a wing, front wing, as Jacob then just does a purple sector 2. Sector 2 just gets quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. Oh, Jacob, he's just invalidated. He's just invalidated his lap. Right on board with Magician. In fact, we've got Mansis there as well. Mansis invalidated. I did say this was going to be a massive Magician sector 2, purple. This is massive for track limits. Not only in qualifying, but also in the race as well. Magician, what can you do, my friend? What can you do? Magician comes across and he does a 116.4 to take provisional pole. T7 Angel is on his lap. He is currently up by 600ths of a second. He's going to need to keep this up if he's going to look to take this. We've got Jacob who's on it as well. We're going to run a ball. In fact, we're going to go with Scorn who's going to come across the line. And he is going to go 117.3 for him. We've got the Ferrari of Snipes coming across the line. What can Snipes do? Can he improve his time? Can he take pole? He goes 116.445. He is just behind his teammate. These Ferraris are incredible. Mo comes into the pits. We've got Jacob coming round. What can Jacob do? He is improving his time by 0.05 of a second. Don't think that's going to be enough to challenge for pole. But let's see. 1:16.6, unfortunately, from Jacob. Colin has invalidated his time. We've then got TSL Angel we can quickly get on board with. Who's coming round? Oh, he invalidates on the last corner. He invalidates it on the last corner, so that's going to be it. What would he have done? He'd have done a 1:16.2. We would be looking at T7 Angel on provisional pole. Well, not provisional pole, sorry, on pole. But unfortunately, on that last corner, he just rode it too wide. He's quick, man. He is quick. But look at that. The Ferraris. 1:16.439. 1:16.445. We are talking about 0.06 of a second between the two Ferrari drivers. Incredible. So there we have it. We have our run. We have Magician on pole as he did last year. I don't know. Did he get pole last year? I think he did get pole last year, yeah. Oh, okay, we'll run through it. We'll run through it when it comes back up. It's disappeared from me now. The pace of some of these drivers, just last lap. Magician, P1. Snipes, Ferrari lockout of the front row. T7 Angel third with Aston Martin. Jacob fourth with the AlphaTauri. Mancis in the McLaren fifth, the only McLaren to get through to into Q3 along with the AlphaTauri as well. Colin P6 in the Mercedes. 7th is Scornful in the Red Bull. Mohammed in the Red Bull is 8th. Simon 9th in the Mercedes. And then King Kaylee in the Alfa Romeo in 10th with his collision. And he has said that this, again, as a lot of people have been saying, this isn't one of their favourite tracks. So Spain is a very difficult track. Very difficult track indeed. So normally I would fill this time with a bit of questions that I've asked some of the drivers. However, unfortunately, due to other commitments, I haven't been able to ask any of the drivers any questions. Let's just see, so we can run through at the moment. So Mo tonight making his 49th appearance, and last week Jacob scoring that podium, or not even the podium, actually winning the race, was his 29th. Not 29th, sorry, was his 20th podium. So he's currently still the leader of all of the podiums in Tier 1. We then have Simon and Scornful with 17. And then Magician is behind them with 15. So those four kind of at the moment in a league of their own. I think Colin is the next one. Yeah, he is. Colin's the next one with 11. And then in terms of winning in Tier 1, Jacob has got 16 wins. Magician has got 8. I don't feel like that's correct, but that's what's on here. 16 from Jacob, 8 from Magician. I have to double check some of these stats because that just doesn't seem right to me. But Jacob was in here last season, to be honest. When we're not last season, the season before that, when I wasn't there. So I suppose that could be true. Jacob got 10 in his first season. Yeah, there you go. So in the first season that he was there, when Magician wasn't actually racing, Jacob got 10 first places. Got 12 podiums. Scornful got the most in season 1. He had 15 podiums. 5 third places, 9 second places, and he got 1 first place. He ended up winning the league. Consistency was key for him there. Jacob was second in terms of the amount of podiums, 1 third, 1 second, and 10 first places. But I think he joined the league late, so actually that's probably I think that's why he didn't end up winning the league. I think he joined halfway through, and we're still close as well. Season 2, Jacob wasn't as regular. He only made 11 appearances, but out of those 11 appearances he did 7 podiums, including 5 wins, whereas last season Magician made 22 appearances and got 15 podiums and 8 wins. Yeah, so that is correct then. So yeah, he's got 8 wins because obviously he was only with us last season. So And season 3 we've just started, and Magician unfortunately didn't get the first place that he would have been hoping for. So like I said, I hope this race should be a one-stopper. So anybody that's gone out on the softs, they'll be hoping for an early safety car, because then they can pit to mediums, and those mediums should see them through all the way till the end. We don't want safety cars unless the race is looking a bit one-sided. Then maybe a safety car would be nice, but try and keep away from the safety cars. Remember, for anybody that's watching, you can vote for your driver of the day at the end of the race. Last race it wasn't voted for, but driver of the day would definitely have been Mantzis, from coming back in Bahrain from P19 to third on the grid. Was it second? Did he get second actually? He might have got second. No, it was... Yeah, Snipes got second, Jay got third. So Jacob won the first race of the TSL Tier 1 Season 3. Let's see what he can do. We got Snipes, who was second, Mantzis was third, Simon was fourth. Simon's got good experiences here at Spain. I don't want to jinx it for him, but he's got he's got good experiences here, and I'd probably say so has Scorn, and actually so is Magician, to be honest. So let's see if anybody can dethrone and unsettle these Ferraris. Hopefully today Jacob can maybe get a little bit of help from his AlphaTauri teammate in Wavy, and then they can play a bit of a strat game. Potentially be looking at the same for the... Look at that, both number 2s as well. Come on, guys. Same for the Mercedes as well. Maybe Simon and... Oh, sorry. So it was... Oh, yeah, because Mo got the 5-place grid penalty. I was thinking, hold on, what's happened there? But yeah, Mo's got the 5-place grid penalty, so that's why he's down in 13th. So that puts Bunnies up into 10th. What we're going to do for today, so I'm not going to be able to see a great deal to start with in terms of who's done what. And what we're going to try and do is keep all of this stuff that's on screen to a minimum, so that we can see more of the driving for the turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Because a lot of this blocks it, so get it up so that when it comes on, we've got it. But we will do... We'll have that one. What we'll do is we'll hide that just for the start, and then I can bring it straight up. Perfect, yeah, we'll do that. In fact, we'll just run through the grid just so you can just to clarify. So Magician P1, front row lockout for the Ferraris with Snipes in P2, T7 Angel of the Aston Martin in third, 4th place is the AlphaTauri of Jacob, 5th place is Mantzis in the McLaren, who is joined now by McLaren in top 10 because of the incident that put Mo down 5-place grid penalty. So Mantzis in the McLaren P5, Colin in the Mercedes P6, P7 is taken up by the first Red Bull of Scorn. The next Mercedes of Syme is in 8th. Alfa Romeo is King Kaylee in 9th. We then have the McLaren of Bunnies in 10th. Wavy of the AlphaTauri is 11th. 12th sees the first Alpine for George. The second Red Bull of Mo is in 13th because of his 5-place grid penalty. Mats Bloom is 14th in the Alpine. 15th is the Alfa Romeo of It's Porpoise, the reserve driver. 16th is Smug of Aston Martin. 17th sees SRS for Haas, the reserve driver. Oh no, he's Tier 1. Colin. 18th is King Kong. 19th is Boogie's the Williams, King Kong reserve as well. And Sancti in the Haas is 20th. This is going to be an edgy start. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. It's going to be edgy. So let's see as the last cars join the back of the grid as we get ready to start the Spanish Grand Prix for the round 2 of TSL Tier 1 racing. As all 5 lights illuminate, and it is time to go racing. Everyone looks to have got away nice and cleanly as you see the cars all spread out. Got an Alfa Romeo there, looks to have gone wide. We've got the two Ferraris there. Oh, we've got two cars gone out. We've got a Red Bull. Can't see what other car. Red Bull and a Haas by the looks of it. No, Red Bull and an Alfa Romeo looks to have gone. We've got a Mercedes there who's gone wide. 5-second time penalty there for Boogie, crashing with George. Looks like a safety car. We've got a safety car on lap 1. Oh no, maybe a virtual safety car I think actually, because now they all seem to... Oh, take what we now can do is let's... Virtual safety car. Okay, virtual safety car. So King Kaylee's lost 9 positions there. Mo's lost 6 positions. We've got Snipes who's lost out. T7 Jacob have made up. Symes lost out. Bunnies has made up. It's Poor Poise is now out of the race. Boogie there with a time penalty for his incident with George, but I'm not sure that was entirely his fault actually for what happened there, but Police line catching up. Try and see what is going on. It's still virtual safety car at the moment. Checking the volume just to make sure the mic's all okay. I know last week there were some issues with the popping of the mic. So let's see. We've got T7 Angel looks to have taken Snipes there. He's looking to battle him. We'll go right on board with that. Oh, we've got Magician. Magician's out. We called out what happened there. All 3 drivers seem to spin. But Jacob's spinning. That sees the Ferrari of Magician out. Oh my word. I don't even know what we saw there. There was no safety car where we've just restarted the game's probably gone now. We're alright. We don't want another one of them. Right, we're running ball with Mansis then as he's looking to chase down Colin. The biggest winner of that is Smug, who's made up 8 positions there. Mansis then looking to hunt down Colin. It's a difficult place to overtake on these. Going through these tight corners, so it needs to be really down the DRS areas that you look to get them. Ignore that fastest lap because that will change as we go. Snipes is coming into the pits. I've got T7 Angel will also be coming into the pits as well, trying to keep on board with the closest battles that we've got. Oh, I've got the wrong bloody thing on, that's why. So we've got Mansis who's got Scorn behind him, closing him down. We've got Colin still leading the race. Colin a good strong favourite to be fair to pick up some serious points here, potentially even the win. Knows his strategy in Spain, that's for sure. We've got a little train there behind Wavy. DRS is now enabled, so we're going to stick with this just to see if Mansis can make the move stick on Collins. He gets a little bit, he's back in, tries to step away from him there, manages to catch it, catches it well. Lost 2 temps there to Colin, unfortunately, but that still means he's got score. There's going to be a DRS train here of Scorn and Mansis. We've got Haas who's gone off of Darkstorm at the start of Sector 3. That's putting him now down into 14th place. DRS wide open, but don't think he's going to be able to challenge, is he? Well, he looks to go on the outside of Colin. Don't know. Colin has defended it well, planted his car in the middle of the track, made Mansis do the work. He had to go around the outside of him. Pretty right on board with Smug as he's looking to hunt down George. Note with him got Boogie, who's on the softs at the moment, and he's got T7 Angel there on the mediums in front of him, so Boogie's going to want to get past him as quick as he can. I'm sure T7 Angel on these medium tyres, I'm sure he's got a bit of pace about him, so Snipes all the way down in 16th, and Bunnies as well down in 15th. That's unfortunate for its poor boys. I think he's had to retire, but I don't think that's anything of his own doing there, to be honest. I think he got caught up in a bit of an incident. This looks closer now, coming down to start lap 5. It's 5 tenths behind Colin. I think he could potentially get him now. He's a lot closer than he was previously, and he's also pulled away a little bit on Scorn as well, so he's going to be able to challenge Colin, but he's then not going to have Scorn breathing down the back. Look, Colin just parks his car in the middle of the track, and he says, go on then, if you want to go past me, you've got to do the work. Oh, brilliant driving from both of them. A lot of respect there as well, coming round. Cars side by side for turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, into turn 4. Look at this, so both of them side by side. Phenomenal driving. Oh, just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Colin, and well done, Mancis. And Scorn is loving this, because while these two are fighting, it means Scorn is just closing in. He's going, yeah guys, you two fight, you two fight. This is also helping Sim out as well, I've noticed. He's just catching the train of these three as well. This is exactly what happened to him for the race in Bahrain as well. The guys that were ahead of him were fighting, which meant that he ended up catching up with the train. He then got, Boogie Slime's got another 3 seconds, and King Kaylee as well, corner cutting, and oh, King Kaylee looks to have gone off. He's gone off, he's in last position. I'm not sure what's happened to him there. He's just gone off sector 1, start of sector 2 there. This is a very, I know I've said it a couple of times now, but this is a very difficult track. If you can't get your curbs right, you lose out so much, massively. Right, can Mancis make it stick this time? King Kaylee's decided to retire from the session. He does, gets past him, makes it stick. That was much better. Learn from his mistake that time. Oh no, not that it was a mistake, but learn from the lap 5. So right, lap 6, mate, you're mine. Right, let's see who else we have got. So we've just got Mats Bloom of Alpine and George, who have just made a little move on each other there, teammates. Then we've got Smug and Jacob now chasing down Smug. Jacob, unfortunate, got caught up in that turn 1 incident that happened. We'll have to re-watch that once this is done to see exactly what happened there. It looked like there was a couple of cars that spun out, and that just caused carnage. Magician appeared to have spun himself. That then just meant that everybody else that was alongside him didn't want to smash into him. Jacob being behind Smug, this is not helping him as well, because he's on the soft tyre. Smug is on the medium tyre. This is not going to help his race at all. Bunny's now looking to get past Saintsy, which he does, coming into turn 10. Come on, Jacob, and make this stick down here now. You've got 2 Alpines in front of him as well. He's going to want to make this stick. Although Smug has got DRS as well. We could see 3 cars coming into turn 1 all together here. Boom, 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 boom. Stick on board with these, because these just look like they're going to get closer and closer and closer to each other. And Colin has also got past Mancis as well. Sorry, Colin, we didn't catch that. Currently watching Jacob with his battle with Smug and the 2 Alpines. But Jacob has, Mancis has had to give in to Colin, so Colin has taken that position back. Looks like King Kong must have had a bit of an incident or lost his wing, because he is really struggling. Looks like he's about to get lapped shortly, whereas Saintsy, the other driver, looks to have... We're going to ride on board now with Mancis and Colin as they come into the last corner. DRS is going to massively help Mancis at this point. Scorn is just biding his time. Scorn comes into the pits. Scorn comes into the pits. Is he changing his tyre? I wonder if he's decided that actually sitting behind these two is slowing him down, so he's coming into the pits. Honestly, the game's camera angles, absolutely ridiculous sometimes. So unfortunately Martins wasn't close enough to make a move there. You see, their magician has decided to leave the session. He is not going to be. He is not going to be a happy man following that incident that happened with him. We got Bunnies, who is now got SRS close to him. George has retired. What has happened to Georgie boy, winner of Tier 2? Can you see him? There he is. There he is. Going to bring out a safety car. Turn 5/turn 6. He's been caught. He's caught out. That is going to help King Kong massively, because that is going to give him enough time. Bunnies has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Right, we got a lot of issues in Tier 2 where people were saying, oh, come on guys, it's really not difficult, just have a bit of common sense. I think sometimes there is a bit of an issue with this game, and it telling you to slow down and giving you like literally half a second to slow your time down, because that's very unlike Bunnies to get caught in such a silly place like that. So we've got penalties. So we've got Bunnies and Darkstorm both on a drive through. This is now where all of the soft runners will come in and change to mediums. It'll be interesting to see. In fact, I don't know why I'm riding on board, sorry. So you see everybody's coming into the pits. So we have kept out. Smugget has stayed out. Colin has had enough time to come into the pits. So has Martin Sisters. They both nearly collide to each other, guys. Come on, watch out. He would have recorded that, I would have thought. Let's watch out and keep this sensible, people. Simon's coming to the... So Smug has stayed out. We've then got Simon who's pitted. Scornful who's pitted, and they've both come in for mediums. We've got Wavy who's gone onto softs, and Matt's Bloom have gone onto softs. Whereas that means they are going to have to pit again, because these softs won't go all the way through to the end of the race. Get rid of that. Team 7 Angel's gone to the hard, so he'll be going all the way to the end. He'll believe that he can get through to the end of this race on these hard tyres. Jacob on the medium potentially as well, going all the way to the end. Boogie's had to come in for a set of softs. Boogie potentially could have come in for hards and then seen that through. We've got Bunnies also gone onto the hard tyre. SRS gone onto the hard tyre. Snipes on the medium, Sciencey on the hard, Mo on the medium. I'm surprised Mo didn't go on the hard, although maybe he had issues in Tier 2 and has learnt from them and gone, you know what, no, I'm gonna go with the medium tyre on this track. And then we've got King Kong on the medium. So the only person not to have pitted there was Smug. Now I wonder if he's done that because he believes there will be another safety car, at which point he can keep his mediums going and then make the choice later on down the line. So we've got to wait for King Kong to catch up. Safety car won't come in this lap. We've got to wait for King Kong to catch up. And then, which he should do. Yeah, he should do this lap, and then that'll bring the safety car in. Joker is cheering on Boogie. Joker, the Williams number 2 driver, who unfortunately is working up in Liverpool. So he's yeah, he's cheering on his teammate of Boogie. Just realised my name's popping up down the bottom because I'm not actually in a party. Usually I'm in a party with Joker, and he's talking to me about stuff that's going on in the race. But unfortunately, that's not happening now. So King Kong needs to hurry up and catch up to this pack, which I believe he will do by the end of Sector 2. He should catch that. We'll come away from the tyres now because I'll keep that on. Safety car restart then. Medium tyre. Be a lot of people. Smug is probably going to struggle on this restart. I mean, 8 laps on these mediums aren't going to be... He's probably talking about maybe 15% wear. 15%, 20% wear possibly, depending on how hard. If he had, I don't think he had any spins or anything like that. Right, safety car easy in this lap. King Kong has caught up. Just coming into, there we go, he's just caught up, so that will see the safety car coming in this lap. We will ride on board with Smug as the safety car, or we'll ride on board with Colin, see when he restarts. He's going to slow the pack down coming into turn 14 and 15. Goes for it nice and early. Mantis, you see the Red Bull there of Scorn going quite wide, trying to get the cars out of the slipstream. We've had a Haas of Darkstorm. This Darkstorm Sciencey looks to have slipped. The McLaren of Bunnies, who's pitted. Oh no, who was that? Sciencey's retired. We had a car. We've had Smug. Oh, Smug, he just gets caught up in all these incidents. He's lost several positions there. Oh, Bunnies would have been serving his drive-through, that's it. Yeah, he'd have been serving his drive-through. So that was very smart of him to do that. SRS probably should have done the same actually there. Oh, Smug. Look at that train of cars. You've got the medium, the soft. There's an epic train. So this will potentially help Syme as well, having Colin in front, because this means that the two Mercs can pull a bit of a strategy if they need to. If Colin needs to slow Mantis down so that Syme can get involved in the fight, they can help each other out to try and get maximum points from this race. Bunnies, after serving his drive-through, is 12 seconds down on 14th place. So he'll be looking to catch that up as quick as possible, and he's on the hard tyre. We've got SRS coming into the pits to serve his drive-through. So we'll see if this has worked out better for Bunnies, because if Bunnies gets the jump on him, then that will definitely mean that he's going to get a jump on him by a substantial amount. It's definitely worth doing it as early as you can. Bunnies has jumped Darkstorm by quite a bit of time there as well. So anybody watching, you get a drive-through, serve your drive-through as soon as the safety car comes in, because the restart, everyone's got to brake early where you've got a train of cars. You still lose a lot of time, but you don't lose as much as you would do. Got 3 front runners, 4 front. Oh, we got a car gone off. We've got T7 Angel. He's lost his wing on the hard tyre. T7. That guy, he's got such good pace. He really has got such good pace. We just see Jacob coming in, and he looks to have made that move stick in turn 10, coming into turn 11. He's made it stick on Max Bloom. He's taken the Alpine. He's now up into 6th place. We've got the 3 cars going down. Backtrack. Is DRS enabled? I think it is, isn't it? Is it enabled? No, it's not enabled yet. It'll be enabled. There you go. It's enabled this lap. Scorn's just sitting there. He's just being patient. He's biding his time. Looks like Boogie's potentially going to take Matt's Bloom. We've got Smug chasing Mo. Is he going to make it, Mo? No, he backs out. Rightly so as well, because if Mo would have come in there and caught him, that would have been the end of his race. T7 coming in for a new wing. And we've got King Kong spinning there. Bunnies is now going to make up another position. So he's going to will he take King Kong? I think he will, because King Kong's tyres are going to be a little bit... Yeah, he's seeing that his tyres are a bit shot where he's gone wide. Right, we have got Mercedes still P1 and P3. It's a very difficult track to try and follow someone on. You can't really go anywhere off to get some clear air. You spend most of your time sitting in the dirty air. Round into turn 16. Merc, got McLaren, we've got Merc, we've got Red Bull, and we've got 2 AlphaTauris. Wavy and Jacob here. Doing well actually, because if they can finish next to each other, as we see on Simon's camera there, we see Mantis and Colin Banis Marcis, great move there. Great move to take Marcis into turn 1, turn 2. Marcis now leading the race. Colin looks to pressure him. Takes the inside line. Is he going to make that move stick? Marcis gives him lots of space. They're fighting. This is great driving from both these drivers. Look at that, side by side. This is going to be difficult. Marcis is going to have to back out, which he does. This is behind the Mercedes of Colin. And once again, this is just helping Simon, this is helping Scorn, and this is also helping Jacob and Wavy, because now they have caught up. They have caught up to the back of the Red Bull. All these drivers fighting. This is fantastic driving. A couple of other drivers this will actually help as well, is Bunnies and Smug, because Smug is now looking to actually catch. Smug is also looking to catch the train. T7 Angel there with a 3-second time penalty. Boogie's I think has got 6. Marcis is now coming down. Simon looks to have had a bit of an incident there that slowed him down, which now means that he's got Scorn, Jacob and Wavy all behind him, looking for the overtake as these two go into it again. I thought, panicked, and I thought Colin had spun. Ooh, end plate on wheel there, end plate on wheel. Marcis takes it wide, Colin takes the inside line. Simon there getting very close to Marcis as his teammates saying he takes the inside line there, great move. Oh, they're very close. Side by side into turn 5. One of them's got to back out into turn 6, one of them's got to back out. Brilliant driving there, Marcis had to back away. The problem is that's just caused him some issues there, because it looks like Scorn potentially is going to catch him now as well. We've got Mercedes 1-2 at the moment. Mercedes 1-2. And you can see there as well that is also helping Snipes come back into play. Snipes is now, he's just made a move on Wavy and he's made it stick. Max Bloom is retired. Max Bloom sector 2. Retired from the race, I'm not sure what's happened there. Don't think that's going to be a safety car, is it? Because I think he's just pulled over to one side and retired. Just really quickly, just see. No, his car's disappeared now. Or the two Mercs giving each other space. This opens the door. Opens the door for the McLaren. This is a Mercedes sandwich. Where is the McLaren going? What can the McLaren do? Oh, gets a little tap there from Colin. Oh! Ooh, he clips Colin there. Clips Colin there. That sees Colin now lose out 2 positions. Ah. Oh, it looked like he was going to lose a 3rd position there as well. That would have been painful for Colin. He got a little clip on the back. He managed to catch it and didn't spin out. If he'd have spun out there, that would have been after that epic battle that they've had as well. So we've got Simon P1. We've got Jacob who's made the move on Snipes. So Jacob now in 5th, although I think he was in 5th anyway, so it looks like maybe Snipes actually made a move down him on the back straight while we were watching these guys at the front. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars all so close to each other. I think it's like, what, 2.5 seconds between all of them? It's crazy. Wavy looking to hold on as well, so this is brilliant driving from Wavy to be holding on to the back of these drivers with their pace. I think Wavy might have to pit again because of the tyre that Wavy's gone onto. See what he can do now coming round. Start getting to the middle of sector 2. The DRS, but DRS in sector 2 isn't the greatest. It just brings you closer into the hairpin, but the best overtaking opportunity is the DRS into turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and then turn 4. As we've seen some amazing driving from these drivers. Marcis gets so close to the back of Simon's car there. It's got a nice view of this. T1 having to brake nice and early, watching these two fight up ahead. As long as he stays in the DRS train though, he'll be fine. Colin behind him and Jacob. Also, Jacob and Colin have had some phenomenal battles in recent races. Towards the end, oh, Darkstorm has retired. Sector 2, another car. This one brings out a safety car. Another car failing in Sector 2. It's that flat out. And wait, to be fair, you can't. Sometimes you can take it flat if you've got the right setup. But it's turn 9. If you clip that curb wrong, turn 9. That's it. Your car's gone. Marcis has made the move on Syme. So Syme is in P2 as the safety car is now coming out. Another driver this helps massively. Bunnies and T7 Angel. Let's hope we don't get any drive-throughs. This will bring everybody well into play. Well into play. Be interesting to see if anybody comes in the pits. So we've got T7 Angel at the moment coming into the pits. Let's just run up through the tyres and see what we've got for tyres. So T7 Angel coming into the pits. What's he putting on? Is that T7 Angel or Smug? No, it's T7 Angel. Or maybe he's serving a... No, it says he's still on the same tyre, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Maybe he had a drive-through that it's not shown on my screen. Is anybody coming into the pits? Syme is coming into the pits. Marcis stays out. Syme comes into the pits. Scorn comes to the pits. Oh, Colin's coming to the pits. That's going to be... The Mercedes is going to have to double stack. Jacob stays out. Snipes stays out. Wavy comes in. Boogies comes in. Mo comes in. Smug comes in. Is this going to hamper Colin? Oh, as two cars go through each other. That's very dangerous. That has hampered Colin a little bit there. Oh yeah, look, Wavy gets to jump on him as well. That has hampered Colin there massively because of the double stack. Mancis, Jacob and Snipes on 9 lap mediums. Syme, Scorn, Wavy, Colin on fresh mediums. Whereas Mo has gone for the hards now. Gone for the hards. And I probably would have thought actually that is probably going to be our last safety car. I would have thought because of the excuse me. Tend to get a lot of safety cars at the beginning where the cars are heavy fuel. Right, we've got Colin joining, we've got Wavy joining. One has joined it, Syme. So we have got the McLaren of Mancis currently in first place. Jacob sitting in second. Snipes in third. Simon in fourth. Scornful in fifth. Wavy in sixth. Colin in seventh. Mo in eighth. Boogie in ninth. Smug in 10th. Bunnies in 11th. King Kong is 12th. T7 is 13th. And then we've lost from this race Darkstorm, Mats Bloom, Sciencey, George, King Kaylee, Magician and It's Porpoise. We are waiting for T7 Angel to catch up. Oh, so he's put another set of mediums on, but the set of mediums that T7 Angel put in were old mediums. So what we can do now is we can do a little bit of prep work for our results tracker. So it's a little bit easier to fill out later on. So we can put in all the people that have crashed. Okay, the 18th. We've seen some great driving from Mancis, Colin, Simon at the front there. Really good driving. Matt's Bloom is 15th. We got Darkstorm who's in 14th, so we can fill that out as we go, and then that will tell us where everybody is. So who's this benefiting the most? So at the moment, Jacob and Mancis. To be fair, Jacob, Mancis and Snipes, they're P1, P2, P3. They are our current P1, P2, P3 drivers in the league. T7 Angel now looking to catch up. Once he's caught caught up. She's catched up. Once he's caught up, we should go racing. Right, as we get ready to go on the way, sorry about that, my dog was just having nightmares, I think. So, we look to get started under this safety car as we've got Mancis, Jacob pulling away nicely. Snipes loses out a little bit there, so does Syme. We've got Scorn who's got a bit of distance. It looks like, oh, T7 Angel spins again, man, come on. Jacob and Mancis looking to fight each other now. Boogie Slime there, making up 10 positions. T7 Angel losing 10 positions. T7 Angel so far the biggest loser of this race. Biggest loser of this race. Let's see what Jacob can do. We've got slow sector 1. I think that's probably just where all the drivers were. Another incident posted in the incident clips. That was the start of the grid, so we'll maybe look at that if there's another safety car that's come out. Boogie Slime looks to have had an incident in sector 7, in turn 7. That's where he wrote his car off in tier 2. So luckily he didn't write his car off. He needs to get some points for Williams here. King Kong is currently scoring points, but they won't go to the constructors because he is a reserve driver. I'll get my words out. Right, Jacob, still not going to have DRS, remember. We've got another lap before DRS comes into play. But Snipes getting very close there to Jacob. Trying to put a bit of pressure on him, see if he can make a mistake. But Smug is coming into the pits. Coming to the pits, he should put some softs on. Don't put mediums on. In tier 2 he put mediums on and that's what let him down towards the end of the race. So he needs to put some softs on. Needs to go for these softs. Mercedes of Colin has lost out massively, and he lost out because of the pit stop where he had to double stack. Syme was ahead of him, so Syme got priority. Syme went in, Colin went in after him, and he's lost out 3 positions. Mancis, Jacob and Snipes also decided to stay out, so they are on the mediums following their first pit stop on lap 9-10. 9 or 10 depending on which lap they come in, whereas everybody else has come in for a fresh set of softs or mediums. So I believe Jacob, Mancis and Snipes will look to go to the end on these set of tyres. They will look to keep these going to the end of the race. We'll have DRS at this point, so next lap, DRS will be in play as Jacob. Right on board with this video, in fact, we're right on board with Snipes to see what he can see. A lot of people coming together in these sections. Some great driving, wheel-to-wheel action. It's been brilliant. And we've got Mo. Mo has had an incident in turn 1. Hopefully that's not seen him write it off. No, I don't think it has. These 3 cars look so in sync with each other as they go around these corners. Snipes had to back out a little bit there. He could have kept a lot more pace going through there, but because of Jacob in front of him, he had to back out. This has helped Bunnies out massively. Bunnies is now in 8th position, following that lap 1 incident that put him right at the back of the grid, and then he got a drive-through penalty as well. Right, DRS down this back straight. We are going to have a massive DRS train. I think everybody in the top 7 has got DRS. Yeah, everybody in the top 10 has got DRS. So we're just going to see Everyone's rear wing open. Jacob looks to go on the outside of Mancis. He makes it work. Now we're going into the long turn 3. Jacob does that very well. Very well. Jacob definitely my favourite racer. The one I want to see push on and go to win the championship for the drivers this season. It's not Simon Scornful. Very close to each other. Wavy 8 once again managing to keep pace. Bunnies with that 3-second time penalty he's just got there on track limits. For everybody ahead at the moment, they haven't got any penalties, so that's not going to bode well for the second McLaren driver. So now Jacob's in clean air. Let's see if he can pull away from Mancis. He's 7 tenths up at the moment. Mancis will have there's now 9 tenths at the DRS detection point as we go. Oh, Jacob had a really poor turn 15 there. That's put Mancis right up to his. You see a little bit of weaving there from Jacob to try and get him out of his slipstream. That brings Snipes well into contention there, but not close enough to make a move to get side by side. Mo and Smug really struggling. He gets another 3-second time penalty. It's not looking good for the Williams today. Managed to get on the points last week, but this week it's looking like they're not going to get the points. Not sure what the penalties are for King Kong at the moment, but round, let's see. These drivers, racecraft, the speed, the trust they have to have in each other when they're side by side racing wheel to wheel. So Mancis is not as close to Jacob as he was previously. And remember, these guys are on older tyres. So Simon, Scornful, Wavy, Colin have all got fresher tyres. We see Colin looks to make a move and Wavy, but doesn't get side by side, so he doesn't get the right to challenge him into that corner. Mancis looks to, Snipes looks to have caught Mancis as well. He's only 4 tenths behind him now. If he can keep that pace going into the next DRS zone, maybe he can challenge him into the turn 10 hairpin. To him. Jacob has pulled away. He has pulled away. He's now broken that DRS lock. He's now coming into the hairpin, turn 10 hairpin. Turn 11, turn 12, right hander turn 12, turn 13. He's on the cusp. He is on the cusp. But being in the DRS isn't good enough. You need to sort of be at the moment the speed. Oh, Martin gets the 3-second time penalty. That is not going to help him going into the last lap. The Snipes has made the move on Mancis. That must be where Mancis ran wide. And Syme looks to take Mancis. Syme takes it up the outside. Let's get some respect for driving from these. He tries to do a little switchback. Gives him, oh, you see Mancis' wheel there go. Try to step away from him, but he keeps it under control, keeps the traction. Long sweeping right hander of turn 3. Coming into turn 4. He gets right up his rear wing there. Jacob is looking to pull away now. He's looking to pull away from Snipes in that clean air. Snipes, the only driver that can score some points for Ferrari. This is helping AlphaTauri as well, because AlphaTauri are going to look, if they can keep this up with Wavy in 6th and Jacob in 1, they'll continue to remain the leaders of the constructors. Well, they'll take it off Ferrari actually, sorry, they'll take it off Ferrari. Ferrari are the constructors by 4 points, so they'll take it off of Ferrari. I stand corrected. Scorn and Syme still close, really close to each other. And we've got Colin as well, who's looking to take on Wavy. Looks closer to Wavy this lap than he has been. Is he going to get past? Let's see. Syme trying to go on the outside like he did last time. Martin's just plants his car in the middle. He does. He makes the move stick this time. Makes the move stick. Just gone round him. And Martin's also with that 3-second time penalty, don't forget. So that's going to come into play. So Scorn, what can he do? Can he challenge Martis now? No, he's got a 3-second time penalty. We'll go through the time penalties when we get to the last lot of the laps. Mo and Smug. This has just been a race. Race to forget. Fortunately for the Aston Martin and the Red Bull driver. But they're still sticking it out there. Stick it out there, learn, get some laps in. Martin's looking to challenge Syme now. 5 tenths behind him. Jacob's still pulling away on Snipes, and Snipes looks to be pulling away on Syme now as well. So very similar to Bahrain, where Snipes and Jacob were leaps and bounds above everybody else in terms of race pace. Francis is going to go outside. He's going to go outside. Syme takes it, keeps his position. We see Jacob as well with a 3-second time penalty. That could see Snipes. Unless Snipes gets a time penalty as well, we've got sector 3. We have got sector 3 of, is it King Kong or is it Boogie? It is Boogie having an incident, but he's back on track. He hasn't wrote his car off, so we're all right there. Boogie 5 seconds speed in the pit lane, just probably going to retire from the race. He's had wing damage. Scorn needs to get involved there. He needs to get involved. He needs to look to take. Needs to look to take what he can. Oh, he spins. Scorn spun, and that then wipes Colin out. Colin has now been wiped out. Scorn has been wiped out. This puts Bunny up into play. Bunny is now coming to 6th place, and he's now got Wavy challenging him into turn 12. The McLarens on lap 29 are now smiling. Bunnies cannot believe his luck. Bunnies cannot believe his luck. This is great pace from Wavy as well. He's managed to keep with the front runners really well. Fantastic place. We're going into the last 3 laps. The last 4 laps, sorry, of the race. Still have a Williams scoring points, but it's a reserve driver, so he unfortunately won't score points for the constructors, so that will be a bit disappointing for the Williams team. We've got Scorn scoring some points for Red Bull. We're right on board with Mancis, who looks to be getting a bit close to Syme now. Down the DRS, bringing him close into the hairpin. Wavy gets a 3-second time penalty. Bunnies also has a 3-second time penalty. Mancis has a 3-second time penalty, and so does Jacob. These last 3 laps as we come round, finishing the 4th lap, coming into our last 3 laps. These are going to get squeaky bum time, massively. Massive squeaky bum time. But I think Mancis is close enough to put a challenge in down into turn 1. Both looks like they're saving their ERS. Yeah, no, he's not going to. If he'd have had ERS to use there, he would have been alright, but unfortunately he's either saving it or he hasn't got any. Scorn is too far to worry about that battle now, so we've got Wavy who's looking to challenge Bunnies. Unfortunately he's dropped back a little bit there. I think he had to pull out, which then cost him a bit of time there. Just ride on board with everybody else, see where we're riding on board. We'll just go for a quick little run for us. We've got Jacob in P1 currently. He is now coming up to Boogie Slime to be lapped. We've got Snipes in P2, Simon in P3 with Mancis very close behind him, so we'll stay on board with this just coming into this DRS section, and then we'll scroll through the rest of them. Don't think he's going to... No, he's too far away. Still too far away. You can see the dirty air coming off of that Mercedes there. Don't forget as well, Mancis on old tyres. Simon has got fresher tyres. See Boogie go off again there. Simon's got fresher tyres in comparison to Mancis. So then we've got Scorn in P5, Bunny's in P6, Wavy in P7, Colin in P8, T7 Angel in P9, King Kong in P10, Smug. Scorn then gets a 3-second time penalty. Mancis definitely going to make the move now. Definitely going to make the move on Simon. He goes up the inside. Simon's now got to defend. He's got to try to switch back. Tucks in. Gets on the power. Unfortunately, Mancis gets away from him. 3 tenths ahead now is the McLaren driver. Jacob is trying to extend his lead over Snipes. He's 1.5 ahead of him. He needs to be 3 seconds because of the time penalty. He needs to be 3 seconds because of the time penalty. Let's get these time penalties up, actually. It's a shame that Simon Mancis weren't closer to Snipes as well. Potentially push for that, but Snipes and Snipes and Jacob just seem to be one step ahead of everybody else in terms of race pace. Scorn is 3 seconds back on. We've got Bunny's actually potentially looking too. He's catching Scorn. So Bunny's coming down this straight. We are going to watch. We've got Bunny's and we've got Simon both. We've got 2 McLarens who are going to come under pressure. I think Bunny's gets another 3-second time penalty. This is 6 seconds. That brings Wavy back into play. It also brings Colin into play as well. So Colin could now take that position away from Bunny's. Simon is not able to make that move, but Bunny's does go past Scorn. Bunny's does go past Scorn. Scorn didn't seem to fight that very much. Bunny's has now got to use this time, and he has got to seriously try and pull away. So we're on the last lap now of the Spanish Grand Prix. We will sit on board. We will sit on board with Jacob. He is 3 seconds. He has got to try and make 1.1 seconds up on Snipes if he wants to take P1. He's just put in a sector 2, purple sector 2. Come on, Jacob, can you do it? He's got. No, he's not. Unless Snipes was to lose or get a 3-second time penalty now. He's made up. Got it down to 8 tenths. he's doing it. It's a shame he needed another lap. If he'd have had one more lap, he potentially might have extended that. He's down to 7 tenths. So Jacob comes across the line on track. He is P1. Unfortunately, 5 tenths. That's going to see Snipes take it off of him. So Snipes takes P1. Jacob comes P2. We've got Mancis and Simon. Simon's going to take that from Mancis because of the time penalty. So Simon once again is on the podium at Spain. Mancis takes P4, Scorn takes P5, Wavy P6, Colin P7. We've then got Bunnies in P8. T7's going to come across the line to get P9, and then King Kong is going to get P10. That's the Smug, Mo and Boogie outside the points, and unfortunately for them, probably a race to forget, to be honest. Probably a race to forget. So we will type these in. So Snipes got P1. Great drive from Snipes. It always disappears. P2 was Jacob. Simon was P3. Look at that. King Kong with driver of the day on the board, the screen. King Kong will be happy with that. P4 was Mancis. Once I put this in, it'll work it all out, and then we can run through the constructors and we can run through the leaderboard and see where everybody are. Simon showing once again that the Spanish Grand Prix is definitely one of his favourites. So fastest lap was done by T7 Angel as well. So we've got P4 Mancis, Scorn takes P5. Then we have got Wavy in P6. the other AlphaTauri driver. We have then got Colin in P7, the second of the Mercedes driver. We then have Bunnies in P8 of the other McLaren. P9 is T7 Angel, P9, with also fastest lap. T7 Angel, where are you? There you are. 9 and also fastest lap. So let's see where that puts us in terms of drivers. So drivers, we have Jacob and Snipes, both joint P1 on 43 points. We then have Mancis and Syme, joint P3, because Jacob or Snipes will take P2 depending on which one's higher. We then have Mancis and Syme, joint on 27 points. Fifth is Magician on 11. Fifth is Scorn on 18 points. We then have Magician, 6th with 11 points. 7th is Wavy with 8 points. We then have T7 Angel, then Smug Git, then Bunny's Vengeance, then George, and then everybody else is yet to score. So, in the lead is Ferrari with the Constructors, 54 points. AlphaTauri, second with 51 points. Third is Mercedes on 33 points. Fourth is McLaren on 31 points. Fifth is Red Bull on 18 points. Sixth is Aston Martin on 11 points. Seventh is the Williams on 4 points. Then we have the Alpine, and then we have the Haas. So, another great race. Jacob showing once again, and Snipes, that they've got fantastic pace. Magician getting caught up in another incident. Colin unlucky. He got so unlucky with his teammate pulling rank and taking that first pit stop, and he got caught up with a double stack. So that cost him his race. Bunnies made up some massive positions for the incident that he had, and again T7 Angel with the same thing, massive incidents. Wavy showing he can keep it with the front runners. Mancis once again up there fighting for podiums, and we then also had King Kong, who managed to score some points coming into his first Tier 1 race. So well done to him. So anybody that's there can vote driver of the day. That will then go through. If anybody wants to put their opinion in, we can then look at that. So thank you very much for watching. We are at Mexico next week, same time, same rules, everything applies. So come back next week to see Mexico, where we have got an epic battle between the Ferrari, the AlphaTauri, the McLaren and the Mercedes. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Swarmtime Bomb, your commentator and your streamer and your host. So this time next week we'll be in Mexico. Thank you very much. Goodbye.